Ms. Dawson, you tested positive for THC, which I think you anticipated, but you also tested positive for ecstasy or MDMA.
Wait, what? He just said it was a steroid though. And I got a shot. I went to the hospital, I had a bad UTI. It was bad to the point where they had to give me a shot in my butt. They told me I get in my butt, or right here. I told them I wanted to get in my butt.
When was that?
This last week. But MDMA, like, what is ecstasy?
All right, here's what we're gonna do.
No, I don't like that. Like, that's making me look bad. That's making me look bad.
Well, listen, Miss Dawson, listen.
I don't like
There's worse things in here that are making you look bad than testing positive for that. Just listen. All right, you're gonna get your probation. I'm gonna do that today, but there's gonna be some conditions so that I make sure that you're not using anything that you're not supposed to, including gummies or anything that you think, whatever it is.
And can I tell you this? I'm not an abuser. Last year I was just working for the state of Texas. I'm not an abuser at all. I don't.
Listen.
No, I just want to know. Like,
we're gonna find out. Then you're not gonna have trouble.
I feel like that's making me look bad.
Listen, Miss Dawson, just pay attention to me for a minute, okay? You're okay, all right? Anything that makes you look bad or that you feel like isn't true, all you have to do, you're gonna be on probation, is be successful on probation, and that's all we all want, okay?
No,
so listen, you already told me, you've already said it, okay? I understand that you're not sure what this is. Maybe it's from the shot. It's okay, all right? We're gonna make sure from this point forward that you don't have any issues. You'll have certain rules on probation to follow, and then there won't be any issues, right?
Yes, but
okay.
I wasn't talking about that. I was just trying to express to you, which I know you did say I was gonna have my time to talk. I just want you to know I'm not an abuser.
Okay, you said that.
I don't abuse
okay.
drugs, like I just...
You said that. You've already said it.
I told you.
But listen, the most important thing is that you figure out how to get your life together for your child. That's what we're really here about today. That you make better decisions than leaving a 2-year-old in a hotel by themselves. That's what I'm worried about. Do you understand? Not a THC gummy, not whatever other thing that happened today. I want you to get your life together. You're young. You have had issues. I see what's going on with your family in here. But we want to break whatever cycle that you've been a part of so that you can be there for your child. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what we want. The best for you, the best for your child. For you to be able to make those better decisions, all right? So I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty previously, freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney. I'm going to defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 3 years. You're ordered to pay the $300 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That is going to include being assessed for any special needs that you need, any counseling, whatever it is you need. We're going to have you assessed for that. And if they say you need to go to a counselor or you need it, whatever it is, those are things to help you, and you're going to be required to do them. Do you understand? And you'll obviously be required to test regularly. So any type of gummy, any type of anything, doesn't matter if they say in the shop it won't test positive, don't do any of them. Because even if you go buy it legally, I can't know the difference. It's just going to show up on a test. So don't do any of that. If you need some help with something making you feel better, then go through that counseling and do it the right way through a doctor. Okay?
That's what I was going to tell you. Like, I've been on a medicine that they
Good.
prescribe, like spinal tap.
Good.
I just don't like feeling like dead inside when taking it. Like,
I know. And I know there's certain medicines and they don't make you feel great.
That's my only thing. I just
but you can't
disconnected from being a parent.
Right. Well, talk to them about that because there's probably other medicines that they can try.
Yeah,
okay. But what you don't want to do is stop taking that medicine and then self-medicate with a gummy or something like that, okay? That's what you can't do. So continue talking to them, say, I don't like the way this one makes me feel, let's try something different. And they'll find something that eventually makes you feel right, kind of in a balance, okay? If you do everything you're supposed to while you're on this probation, this is an excellent opportunity. You don't have criminal history, you're not going to be a convicted felon. If you successfully complete it, the case gets dismissed at the end. You're going to get to be a mom, you're going to get regular jobs, do all the things that everybody else does, okay? The other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation. So if you don't show up for appointments, you test positive, you get arrested or whatever, you can be brought back in here and you could be found guilty, so you would be a convicted felon, and then you could go to the state jail prison for up to 2 years. Do you understand? All right. You just need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Okay?
And I do want to apologize for me over talking you. That's not my character.
That's okay. You're nervous. I know you're nervous. I know. We're good. All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. Oh, here's the, hold on. I didn't hand this. It's a trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you've waived your right to appeal. So just have a seat here in the courtroom and wait for her to call you up. Unless it's already been dismissed, it looks like, because it's not on the docket. Good morning, sir. You're Willie Richards. Mr. Richards, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the second-degree felony offense of indecency with a child by sexual contact. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No,
No, I just had a couple questions.
Okay.
In regards to the supervision plan, Mr. Richards, he plays the drums at his church every Sunday. Does that need to cease, or we were just needing clarification so he's not in violation?
At a regular service or something specifically with regard to kids or?
At regular church service on Sunday.
you have to get to her.
The guitar, I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at that in a second. Anything else that you want?
And the polygraph, we were just wondering what that was.
That's part of probation for any sex offender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That was it.
that is to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to and not doing what they're not supposed to be doing. I'm assuming, Mr. Hoffpower, that you've visited with the family, and I would think that
There is if you read the order, there is a restraining order for the complex when it's occurred.
right.
And it's in place.
Well, and I would think that somewhat the special needs of the victim is why this offer
Right.
was made.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Mr. Richards, you're 60?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, what you did was ridiculously terrible to a young girl that already has her own set of issues. All right. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I am going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney's office and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 10 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine, and you're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That includes obviously being on the sex offender caseload, following all of those recommendations. I will allow you to play in the band at church. You are, however, specifically ordered, and part of your probation is you cannot be alone with any child under the age of 18. Period, ever, never. Do you understand? You obviously cannot be on the premises of the Carlisle apartments. You can't be anywhere near or have any contact or communication with the victim in this case as well. If you do everything you're supposed to, get the treatment that you're supposed to get, make sure that you're doing all of that, then this is an incredible opportunity because you do not have this conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation at the end, the case is dismissed and you will never have this conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you will be brought back into court. You will be found guilty, and then I can sentence you to prison anywhere in the range of punishment, which is up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Yes.
You've got Daryl Spencer, Ms. Holmes.
Yes.
Daryl Spencer.
He's here. I didn't know he was here. I thought he was still there. Where? He just got out of Orange. Yeah, that's the one, he was in Orange County. I thought he was still there. I didn't know he was here today. Does he have a warrant for here?
Sure.
Please, I don't wanna have to do 30 days. I'm looking for.
Well, I bet you don't. I don't want to sit here and have to give you 30 days. This is on you, not me.
Yes, ma'am, I understand, but I won't. I just need, I'm getting.
You need to
myself
wake
together.
up. You're going to wake up. Nope, you haven't yet. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you've waived your right to appeal. You can go back with the bailiff. See, this is Mr. Smith's.
Mr. Smith. Oh, okay.
Good morning, ma'am. Are you Aisha Mark? And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Mark, in cause number 24, DCCR 1912, you're charged with the third-degree felony offense of injury to a child, elderly, or disabled individual from July 17th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Samuel?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for an 8-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Mark is not competent?
There's none, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that we can get the probation department to do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation before you leave the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. Okay? We'll see you back at sentencing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Samuel.
Am I free to go?
Yes, sir. All right, ma'am, again, you're Rochelle Manuel. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Sure, Your Honor.
Ms. Manuel, in cause number 24, DCCR 1050, you're charged with the second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury from April 5th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with?
Yes.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like that agreement's for a 3-year term in prison. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And it's your understanding I'm going to take the plea today. I'm going to reset it for sentencing next week.
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll talk about some important things about that in just a minute, but that's what you want me to do, correct? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state tenders number one.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Manuel's not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to hold that and I'm going to reset your case for 1 week for sentencing. Actually, I guess we could do it on Tuesday. We don't have a Monday docket. Is Tuesday big? Should we do, I'm going to reset it for 2 weeks. I think that'll be easy. No, let's do it next Tuesday.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. June 2nd, yes.
June's 2 weeks. Okay, we're gonna reset you for 2 weeks so that you come back on a Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we don't have a Monday docket next week.
Yes, ma'am.
So a couple things about that are very important. Obviously, if you don't show up on the 2nd to turn yourself in and for me to sentence you, this plea agreement's gone and things could be a whole lot worse. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're arrested for anything between now and that court date, things could obviously go bad and I don't have to accept the agreement. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back then on the 2nd at 9 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
We just need to go through the motion when it gets stopped though.
Okay, I thought I did, but I don't know.
Gomez.
I might have said-
Vasquez.
I don't know.
Good morning, sir. You're Gustavo Gomez Vasquez.
Yes, ma'am.
And,
Oh, she said Chapa.
Yeah.
oh, I did? I just totally renamed you then. I'm
We
sorry.
have that Gustavo Chavez.
I do. I have that name, so hold on just a second. Let me get this pulled up the right way.
Oh. I didn't give you.
On the last one.
Oh, did they?
Oh, they didn't
Oh, I didn't
sign
get her to
it.
sign it. I'll bring back your sentencing.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gomez Vasquez, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you, sir. And will your client waive the formal reading of the motion?
You will, Your Honor.
I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. It shows that you were placed on probation March 11th of 2024 for the second-degree felony offense of indecency with a child. And that was a 10-year deferred probation. Is that correct? It alleges that you violated your probation. Count 1 alleges that you failed to successfully enter and complete an approved sex offender treatment program. Is that true or not true?
The program, I've gone to those classes.
Just, is it true or not true? If it's not true, then we'll just have a hearing. Okay. Not true to count 1?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Count 2 alleges that you failed to register with the sex offender tracking program. Is that true or not true?
No, it's true, but
Okay. So did you enter your plea of true to count 2 freely and voluntarily? And because count 2 is true. All right, then I'm going to find that you entered your plea of true to count 2 freely and voluntarily. Find that count true, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation, but I'm going to reset your case for a sentencing hearing. Mr. Hoffpower, you can bring whoever with regard to count 1, please.
Probation officer.
I don't anticipate that would be long, so we'll just do it on a regular day.
Just for the record, so he understands what I've explained to him, I'm explaining to the court, is that he has explanations of things he's done. And
Sure.
I've said, but it's whether you did this or not, and so he has some reasoning or explanation for all this. Which I
We'll
told
get
him
the
court will hear.
explanations at a sentencing hearing. And so what'll happen is I'm gonna have probation do an updated pre-sentence report before sentencing. That'll give me more information about what's been going on. And then when we come back, Mr. Parker will be able to present to me anything you think is important on your behalf. Mr. Hoffpower will be able to bring any witnesses with regard to that count, and then I'll decide what to do on that day. Okay? All right, you are free to go. Thank you. Good morning. Are you Shalora Dawson? And Ms. Dawson was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child. Received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Dawson, if I test you this morning, you can have anything in your system?
Oh, no, ma'am. I did.
Let's,
At the-
we're gonna double check this morning before we go
Okay.
forward. Have a seat in the
I
jury
was gonna
box.
tell you on my thing, she told me to tell the truth.
Yes.
I heard the dispensaries and everything, but she said that she
But-
THC.
Right, so did they tell you probably shouldn't be doing that, so you don't test positive, so I don't think you're using something illegal?
No, because it wasn't me smoking, it was something like a gummy that was supposed to help relax me.
Right,
Taking a shot.
but if it's gonna test positive,
I,
then I'm gonna assume the worst. So we'll get to that in a minute. I wanna test you this morning, see what's in your system, and then we'll go forward in a minute. Have a seat over there in that jury box. Willie Richards, Ms. Holmes, it's a sentencing? Okay, he said he has a traffic ticket warrant, so you'll have to go, in today. All right, you're Daryl Spencer. And Mr. Spencer, you're charged, here with, possession of marijuana as well as evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. And, is there an announcement?
Not yet, Judge.
Okay.
I need to meet with them.
So I'm gonna do a normal reset about 30 days. So you'll go in custody today. If you set out your tickets or pay them, whatever happens, that shouldn't take that long. As soon as you're out, the first thing you do is contact Ms. Holmes so you guys can go over whatever it is she knows about your case, and we'll see what the announcement is at the next court date. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. When's the last time you smoked marijuana?
It was one of those little gummy things from the vape store.
Uh-huh.
I guess it's THC, but
Why are you,
I just said marijuana, but it's THC, which I thought was the same.
it is the same. It'll show positive.
Okay.
It's all derived from the same stuff, and if you have a felony court case pending, I would think you wouldn't want to have anything in your system that would have you test positive, right?
Well, I'm not sure if it will. It was like a month ago. I'm on probation. I've been on it for almost a year. It's in
From
Jasper
where?
County,
Okay,
and they know about all my medical. I need a heart valve replacement, and I have a liver failure, and now it's resulted to the kidneys.
okay.
So he,
Sounds like you need to quit doing stuff to get yourself in trouble so you can
I do.
stay
I
out
do,
and
like,
take care of yourself.
I do, I know.
So, what I'm gonna do this morning, Ms. Pratt, is reset your case for you to hire a lawyer. You need to try to get a lawyer hired before the next court date.
Okay.
If you do, bring the reset notice to them, and they'll tell you what you need to do. I'm also ordering, as a condition of your probation, that you have a drug patch. You need to have a drug patch put on within 24 hours. And you will, probation, when you're walking out, the lady sitting at that desk can give you a list of places where you can get that done. You have to have it on, you wear it 2 weeks, you have to show up every 2 weeks to have it tested. If it's not testable, I'm gonna assume it's positive. If you don't go show up when you're supposed to or go get it, I'm going to assume that you're using something that's illegal. Your bond will be raised and you'll be in jail. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, so you need to have that on within 24 hours. So by tomorrow, you need to have the drug patch on.
Okay.
And then don't use anything that could potentially test positive for anything. It's that simple. If you're on a probation and you've got a felony pending, you need to be crystal clean, all right?
Like 10 medicines that I'm on now.
If you are on medication that shows you to test positive, that's one thing. A gummy from the corner store is not medication, right? So bring your list of medications. If you test positive, show them. We understand. I know what things test positive for other things, but gummies aren't one of them. All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you your reset notice. Hey, good morning. You're James Rucker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where are we?
Judge, we've basically completed discovery.
Okay,
We're gonna need a hearing on a motion to quash on one of the indictments. And so,
okay,
we kind of talked about our schedule and the timing. We were asking for 3 weeks, the week of June 16th, whatever day, if that week is okay.
has it been filed yet?
It's not, I'll file it probably this afternoon though.
Okay,
And they know what it's gonna say. It's gonna say,
that's the week, we're down the week of the 16th.
Then the week after that, Mr. Nealon will be out for 3 weeks, starting next week, and as a result, I'm covering intake those 3 weeks.
Okay, so just sometime after that, I'll figure out the date.
I am out the next week though. That's the reason.
Just make sure y'all have everything, make sure you've turned in
Vacation.
Yes.
I don't know if I have or not. Yeah.
if you'll do that, please, that way we can,
Know about it.
well, yeah, because if we know about it, then we can reschedule it. So it's much easier for y'all to do those, get any vacation letters in, including, but we'll look after that date, after the 23rd or 2nd, whatever that is. But whatever days you're out, just make sure that you have that filed, Mr. Galmore, and we'll schedule around that.
Will do.
Okay?
Thank
All right. You're free to go. Stay in touch with Mr. Galmore. He'll let you know when you need to be back.
Yes, ma'am.
Sentencing day. So,
If you'll just get the signed part, you can bring your, just email your attachment later if you'll get him to sign it today. That would be perfect. And you can email the attachment to Ms. Holmes.
Yes, sir. It's just as we go, we got it.
All right, so are you Justin Chapa? And I am going to take judicial notice of the court's file before we get started. And Mr. Chapa was previously examined for competency. Dr. Grapan did that examination. We got the report back in January that Mr. Chapa was competent to stand trial. Is there any other evidence with regard to competency?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, then I will he waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chapa, in cause number 24 DCCR 0799, you're charged with a first-degree felony offense of aggravated robbery from March 17th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Crenshaw?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
It looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 10-year deferred probation. There would be a $1,000 fine. You would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. There would be a dismissal in misdemeanor case number 23 CCCR 0115. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, Your Honor.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Mr. Chapa, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that we can get the probation department to do a pre-sentence report, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation before you leave the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. And then we'll see you back at sentencing. All right, thank you.
Good to see you, Judge.
You too, sir. Got your certification,
I'm sorry, what?
the discovery certification. Thank you. If you'll just make sure and get that attachment emailed to Ms. Holmes, please.
I think I have it here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, are you Matthew Baxter? And, excuse me, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Baxter, in cause number 24 DCCR 1656, you're charged with a first-degree felony offense of aggravated assault against a public servant. That's from June 26th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with?
Yes.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Macon?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
I
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And is this a 10 deferred?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's right, Judge.
And a $1,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 10-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $1,000 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
We have no objections, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Baxter is not competent?
None presently, Your Honor. he's had problems in the past, and that's the reason we're not gonna waive the pre-sentence report.
Well, we're not gonna waive it on that anyway.
Yeah, good.
Okay, all right, then I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. All right, we'll see y'all back at sentencing. And then on Patterson, was there paperwork on Patterson? And are we going on count one only? Just the BWI, not?
Yes, Your Honor, we're abandoning that last paragraph.
All right, give me a second. Thank you. All right, sir, you are William Patterson. Speak up, please, sir.
Yes.
And Mr. Macon, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Patterson, in cause number 24, DCCR 1270, the state's elected to proceed on count one only. It alleges you committed the third-degree felony offense of driving while intoxicated, third or more, from April 12th of 2024. The indictment alleges you were previously convicted of driving while intoxicated May 21st of 2008, and then again on March 4th of 2010. And how do you plead to that charge? And are those two prior DWIs true? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Macon? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 10-year term in prison that would be probated for 5 years. There would be a $1,000 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Yes, ma'am. Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Patterson is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back at a later date for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. All right? We'll see you back at sentencing. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There was one a minute ago that didn't have your signature on it. I can't remember if it was Mr. Macon's or the one before that. The first one of his maybe, or another one. Good morning. Yes, sir. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you will truthfully and accurately translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And sir, you're Gustavo Chavez?
Usted es Gustavo Chavez.
Sí.
And Mr. Chavez's case is set for trial to begin with jury selection June 2nd.
So, el trial empieza el 2 de junio.
And what is the announcement?
We're ready, Judge.
All right, it is the oldest case on the docket, so I anticipate it being number 1. Unfortunately for you, you know what probably number 2 is going to be. But if there's any changes, I need to know about them. If there's any issues, obviously with translators, get that worked out. We'll be picking the jury Monday afternoon.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Okay? All right, thank you.
Hey, Judge,
Yes.
when you get a break, I want to talk to you about another case, and then remind me what we're doing with translation. You know, I don't have very many translation cases. Because this is a hired case, I need to get my own assessment.
Yes, you, and someone to sit and translate to him is what I guess you need. Obviously, if there's any witnesses, then that's up to the state. to have any for any witnesses if you anticipate him testifying.
He's not.
But someone to sit at the table and translate for him. If you need the names of some people, we can let you know, but it needs to be, and if for some reason he can't afford that,
I'll let you
then
know.
do a quick motion and make sure you attach an affidavit.
I don't think that we did.
Good morning, sir. You're Christopher Pickkins.
Yes, ma'am.
And in cause number 24 DCCR 2275, Mr. Pickkins is charged with injury to a child, elderly, or disabled individual. Also, same charge in cause number 24 DCCR 2276. And what is the announcement?
Judge, we are going to request a little bit more time. We did receive an offer from the state, but we're not interested in that offer. It will probably move forward to trial, but we are going to need a little bit of time.
Okay. Looks like there was a rejection in April.
And this is my first official.
Right, then you got placed. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to reset it one more time for about 30 days. Make sure you make an appointment, go visit with Ms. DeLage, go over everything so that when you come back, if it's still going to be a rejection of any offer, we'll make sure that's on the record and we'll get your case set for trial at that point. Okay?
Yes, ma'am, I got a question. I have another case in the misdemeanor court.
Yes.
Go down and let them know.
Go down there right now. Yeah, go let them know that you were here and it should be fine.
Okay.
All right, and you have to go out that door. This one's
All
locked.
right. I'm good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Again, sorry about that.
That's okay, thank you, ma'am. All right, is that it? Good morning, are you Simon Gobert? And Mr. Gobert, this is your initial appearance in cause number 24, DCCR 0512. Let me pull this up. You're charged with the second-degree felony offense of attempt to commit sexual performance by a child from August 2nd of 2023. Since you've made your bond, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hire someone?
No.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, Mr. Gobert, is reset your case for about 30 days to give you some time to see if you can get someone hired. If you get someone hired before the next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer. They'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts, have different payment plans. Bring me back the names of the lawyers you talk to, and then we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order, and you would have to go back to jail. Do you understand? If you'll step in front of the clerk right here, she'll give you that reset notice. Good morning, sir. Are you Ronnie Oliphant? And Mr. Oliphant, looks like this is your initial appearance. Hold on a second. In cause number 25, DCCR 0379. You're charged with the third-degree felony offense of injury to a child, elderly, or disabled individual from February 18th of 2025. And since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
Yes, I had one, but released him, but I was trying to see, can I get a lawyer on my own? I had a court-appointed attorney.
Yeah, so that's what I want you to do, is hire your own attorney if you can. So what I'll do is reset your case about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire someone. If you get someone hired before that next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer. They'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. Bring me back the names of the lawyers that you've talked to so I know you're trying, and we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following the court order, and you go back to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you your reset. Good morning, ma'am. Are you Lisa Pratt?
I am.
And Ms. Pratt, this is your initial appearance. In cause number 24, DCCR 1460, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of theft with previous convictions, and that's from April 1st of 2024. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
They assigned me a lawyer.
They did. So when you're in custody, we give you a court-appointed attorney, but now that you've bonded out, what I do is expect you to at least try to hire your own. So I'm going to reset your case for about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire someone. Okay. If you get someone hired before the next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer. They'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. You need to bring me back the names of the lawyers that you've talked to, and so I know you're trying. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order. Do you understand?
I do.
And are you working?
I'm on disability.
You are. If I test you this morning, you can have anything in your system?
I do, no more.
Have a seat in the jury box. Let's double check what you got in there. Have a seat in the jury box. Good morning, sir. You're Cornell Baird?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get someone hired?
No. I've spoke with, Kevin Lane, Ms. Holmes, Mr. Smith. What they asking me for down, I barely make that a month. I can show you my check. I work for
Well,
the city of Bloomington.
let's do this, Mr. Beard. Thank you for visiting with some attorneys. I'll have you fill out some paperwork this morning to see if you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. You need to make sure to fill it out accurately and completely because you're going to swear under oath that it's all true and correct, and then I'll take a look at it. Okay? Step in front of the clerk. She'll give you that paperwork.
This exchange shows just how strict probation supervision can become when someone has a felony case pending. The judge isn't accepting the argument that a store-bought gummy automatically makes it safe for someone under court supervision. The message is simple. If something can trigger a positive test, don't take the risk, especially when you're already under legal scrutiny. And with a drug patch now required within 24 hours, this defendant has very little room for another mistake. Would you take the judge's warning as fair or too harsh?